Ooh, Bad Larry.
Welcome back, Bad Larry Kingdom. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and today we're checking out X Factor number 10. What a great cover, and if you're a real Marvel Heroes fan, you should be able to name all of these characters on the cover without looking them up. Let me know down in the comments below if you could name them all. Here we go, folks. You're in for a doozy on this one. Far beneath Manhattan's hard and glittering surface, a conglomerate of tunnels winds. The huge central shaft called the Alley is a mile deep and runs the length of Manhattan. Here, the Morlocks, mutant outcasts, have created their own society, sheltered from the fear and envy of the surface dwellers. These Morlocks start hearing screaming and popping. The Morlocks are a band of evil mutants whose sole purpose is to hunt down and kill other mutants, including these Morlocks. These marauders have been on a tear down in the sewers, leaving bodies of Morlocks left and right. In a tunnel several miles away, Angel, Jean Grey, and Skids are still looking to rescue Rusty from his total beatdown from the Blob. Our other heroes, Cyclops, Beast, and Iceman, still have to search the tunnels to find their young ward, Bubblegum Head Arthur. Cyclops sees some mutants running, and an explosion. What was that? Harpoon is a mutant and a real son of a bitch that can charge up his harpoons, and when he throws them, they can stun, shock, kill, or explode when they hit their victims or target. And in this case, he was successful in killing one of the Morlocks right in front of our hero's eyes. Did I say Harpoon is a son of a bitch? Well, he is. Beast, like always, tries to do a solo attack. Harpoon counterattacks. He's a little quicker than Beast thinks and slashes his side. Beast is in serious trouble. Harpoon tosses up one of his charged up harpoons towards our heroes. Iceman quickly makes an ice shield and saves himself as well as Cyclops. They barely escape the exploding harpoon, and Cyclops realizes he needs to take this buster out. Everyone's always so big and bad till Cyclops starts blasting your ass. The Marauders, Harpoon, and Arclight retreat. They don't want none of that Cyclops smoke. Arclight uses her mutant abilities to generate shockwaves to try to crush our heroes with a cave-in. Cyclops is able to destroy the falling debris with his optic blast, but Arclight and Harpoon are able to get away. Angel, Jean Grey, Skids are almost out of the tunnels back to X Factor Complex. They need to hurry to save Rusty. They've made it to X Factor headquarters. Angel calls Cameron Hodge and says they need a doctor right now in order to save Rusty. Skids recognizes Cameron Hodge as a mutant hunter from X Factor. She feels that she's been tricked by Angel and Jean Grey, and she decides she's going to run away. Angel tries to grab Skids, but Skids is ungrabbable. But Jean Grey is able to use her telekinesis and put a bunch of junk together and able to trap Skids so they can explain to her what's really going on. Several hours ago, led by his ability to visualize far-off events, X Factor's muty young ward Artie Maddox entered the Morlock tunnels in search of his friend Rusty Collins, and was himself found by the Morlock child Leech, whose power is to siphon off the powers of other mutants, and Caliban, a living mutant detector. Now the trio of mutants creep fearfully toward the sounds of ambush and death. Sabretooth, the worst son of a bitch of all, launches a surprise attack against Caliban, severely disabling him. Leech and Arthur barely escape Sabretooth and hide in one of the sewer pipes. Cyclops knocks Sabretooth's ass out with a powerful optic blast. Our heroes are unaware of Sabretooth's quick healing factor and unfortunately leave him, thinking that he will be knocked out for a while. They hear screaming elsewhere and run to render aid. Leech and Arthur barely get Caliban into the sewer hole before Sabretooth wakes up and claws their ass to pieces. Meanwhile, in the Pentagon headquarters of Freedom Force, Mystique has used her government computers to leak to the media that Warren Worthington III, aka the Angel, is truly the financial backer of X Factor. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, Candy Southern is leading a meeting. She's an executive for one of Warren Worthington III's companies, as well as his lover. A lackey has just informed her of the news, the breaking news about Angel's financial backing of X Factor. She heads to X Factor headquarters to talk to Angel about the news. But while the doc is tending to Rusty, Warren sees the news for himself. He's shocked. Meanwhile, back in the Morlock's tunnel, the evil marauder Blockbuster has just knocked Tar Baby a Morlock into another Morlock named Ape. Before Blockbuster can kill them both, Iceman freezes him in an ice block. But the evil mutant marauder Vertigo launches her own attack against Iceman, debilitating him. Iceman is extremely dizzy. He's sick. He's nauseous. He can't see straight. He can't stand straight. Blockbuster breaks himself from his ice prison just in time to get blasted back down by Cyclops. Vertigo launches her attack on Cyclops, and Cyclops is down. But it appears Beast is immune to Vertigo's power. All this time, as an acrobat, has made him immune to nausea, vertigo, and dizziness. Beast, double flying foot to the face, knocks Vertigo's ass out, but Blockbuster picks her up and escapes into a tunnel. These battles are taking their toll on our heroes. The Beast is still severely injured from Harpoon's attack to his side, and Cyclops and Iceman are still recovering from their attack from Vertigo. But Cyclops says they need to suck it up because they need to go find Arthur. He knows Arthur's not safe with these marauders, killing every mutant that they see. While elsewhere in the tunnel, two small faces peer from a drain tunnel in the alley. Artie nods. The monster with the claws and teeth is left, bored by his ability to reach them, lured by the promise of easier prey. But young Artie Maddox runs, away from the injured Caliban and the young friend who blocks his power. He runs until he knows where X-Factor is. They're in the tunnels. Far away, but he knows he can reach them. He has to, because if he doesn't, his new friends Leech and Caliban will surely die. Meanwhile, back at X-Factor headquarters, Rusty is recuperating in the infirmary, and Skids is taking a well-deserved nap. And Marvel Girl tells Angel that the X-Factor idea has turned into a PR nightmare. Angel is looking to put that Mac down on Jean Grey. Jean Grey says that she loves and hates Cyclops, but she may be ready to move on from him. And before they can get that smooch in, Candy Southern walks in and calls Jean Grey a dirty little hussy. Candy Southern tells Jean Grey that her real mutant ability is getting men to fall in love with them and then destroying their lives. She breaks up with Warren and then quits her job at the same time. Jean Grey tells Warren to go after Candy, but Jean has to go back in the tunnels and save Cyclops, Beast, and Iceman. Warren says, "Forget that hoe, I'm coming with you." Meanwhile, back in the Morlock's tunnels, Harpoon and Sabretooth have come across a super-duper old lady mutant named Plague. Sabretooth says, "Let me get them claws in ya." And Plague says, "You like to touch old ladies? Well, touch this, bitch." One touch from Plague immediately floors Sabretooth. Without his mutant healing factor, Sabretooth would surely die. But Plague has no chance against the long-range attack of Harpoon. And seemingly out of nowhere, Apocalypse shows up and bonks Harpoon's face into the ground. I hate Harpoon, so I love seeing Apocalypse grab his red-headed ass and bash his face into the concrete. Apocalypse apparently is immune from Plague's mutant power. He grabs her hand, teleports her away, and recruits her as the first horseman of the apocalypse, changing her from Plague into Pestilence. By sheer luck, Marvel Girl and Angel rendezvous with their teammates, but they also encounter more Morlocks. Cyclops launches an optic blast attack against Arclight. Scrambler is running towards our team. He's needing to touch them to disrupt their powers. Beast launches his typical front flip, double foot to the face attack, taking out Scrambler, but taking out himself at the same time. The Prism has entered the battle and is trying to blind everybody with his mutant ability of emitting immensely powerful blinding light. Cyclops unleashes an optic blast on the Prism. The Prism absorbs his optic blast and redirects it right back at Cyclops. Cyclops is down. Marvel Girl uses her telekinesis to pick up the Prism and smash him against the wall. The Prism is dead. Arclight is escaping with Scrambler. She uses her mutant ability to cause a tremor, causing debris from the ceiling to almost crush Marvel Girl, but Marvel Girl's telekinesis saves her. Cyclops and Beast are in bad shape. Jean Grey needs to get them out of there. Before they leave, Cyclops tells Angel that he needs to go find Bubblegum Head Arthur. Iceman makes an ice wall to make sure that no marauders are following them. But now Angel's left in the tunnels all by himself. Angel finds himself in very narrow tunnels, calling for Arthur, and he finds him. Arthur's personal hero and personal angel is now trapped by 3 marauders. Angel can't fly himself and Arthur out of danger. The tunnels are too tight. Angel realizes that if he's going to save Arthur, he's going to have to fight the marauders. Angel has no backup, no help. It's 3 against 1. Angel is in dire straits. Angel knocks out Vertigo before that bitch's powers have any effect on him. But Blockbuster grabs Angel's arms. Blockbuster is far too strong for Angel, Angel can only scream, and Angel knows that as long as Harpoon and Blockbuster are occupied with him, Arthur has a chance to make an exit. Angel is a true hero. Not only do Blockbuster and Harpoon want to kill Angel, they want to maim him, cause him pain, torture him. Harpoon launches 2 harpoons into Angel's wings, pinning him against the wall. Harpoon is one bad, psychopathic son of a bitch. Will Harpoon and Blockbuster kill Angel? Find out Angel's fate tomorrow in episode 11. Please like this video and hit the subscribe button. Without cheating and Googling and looking ahead, let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen with Angel. Thanks, Bad Larry Kingdom, and I'll see you tomorrow.